Here you have the Mark 38 adjustable weapon stand, typically used in Hiluxes, the back of pickup trucks, Humvees, and also in small boats. The top has a 4-bolt pattern that's identical to the Mark 16 tripod assembly. Therefore, you can put the Mark 16 flower pot on top and a variety of other mounts to include the swing arm adapter you see here. Earlier I mentioned the Mark 38 was adjustable. Hold the top portion of the Mark 38 to avoid getting your fingers pinched underneath. Pull out the adjustment pin, lower it to one of the 8 positions, reinsert the pin, and you've changed the height of the Mark 38. Here we'll review the lower portion of the Mark 38. Earlier I mentioned the Mark 38 was adjustable. It's also universal. If you're employing the 4 stabilizing legs located here, it's rated for 50 caliber and 40 millimeter ordnance. Upon removal of the 4 stabilizing legs, it's rated for 7.62 millimeter and below. When using 7.62 millimeter and below, there's a friction collet down here to lock the post into place. If you want to remove the post for storage, you loosen the friction collet and the legs, and you can take the entire Mark 38 post out of the base plate. This base plate can be customized for a variety of different applications, whether that's in a boat, a Humvee, or a Hilux, or other pickup trucks. Earlier we mentioned the Mark 38 is a universal mount. When mounting this in the back of a vehicle, we recommend taking the mount itself, attaching it to the frame plate, and then this will bolt directly to the frame of the vehicle. Here you have our single swing arm. The single swing arm attaches to the swing arm base. To do that, you have to take the friction lock, rotate it counterclockwise all the way until it stops. That creates the setback on the locking lug inside the swing arm. On the other side, you have the stow lock pin. If you pull out and rotate down into the deeper cut lugs on the bolt here, that allows it to lock into place. So in order for it to go on to the post, you have to unlock it by pulling it out and rotating it into the small cuts on the side. From here, I'll take the post, push it all the way down into place. As I start to rotate the friction lock, that immediately puts the lug into place so it cannot come off. From there, I can adjust the friction as needed as I'm moving the swing arm and get the amount of friction that I want when I'm employing the weapon system. If I want to lock the swing arm into place, I pull out on the pin, rotate it. As it falls into place, it'll lock down in a variety of different points around the pintle post. On the front end of the swing arm, you have a retaining pin and a pintle socket. To put the weapon mount onto the swing arm, remove the retaining pin, take the pintle on the mount, insert it into the pintle socket, take your retaining pin, and lock the mount into place. In this configuration, you have a Mark 38 stand with a single swing arm, a Mark 82 gun mount, and an M60E6 machine gun. This demonstration is to show that the swing arm allows for much easier movement of the weapon system and employment. You'll see the increased mobility when employing the swing arm with the machine gun off of the Mark 38 weapon stand. Here you have the dual swing arm. It attaches the same way the single swing arm did. You have your friction knob here on the back side that needs to be turned counterclockwise all the way till it stops. Your stow pin, needs to be pulled out and locked into the smaller detent. Remember, if it's down in the larger detent, it's locked into place and won't go on. So pull it out and rotate it till it unlocks. From there, put it onto the swing arm pintle stand. You can rotate your friction lock slightly so it locks it into place like we discussed earlier. From here, you'll notice that the front end is locked. To unlock that, you pull out just like we did on the back side and unlock it. Your friction knob can be adjusted and you can rotate out the front portion of the swing arm. From here, you can have them both unlocked and apply friction to where this portion moves and the backside continues to move, or you can pin one or the other. So I can pin the front side here into one of the 8 positions that it has and lock it into place. And now I can rotate it as a lock mechanism, applying more friction to the backside, or I can unlock this, applying friction, and move both simultaneously. Here you'll see the same configuration we had set up earlier on the single swing arm, but now we're using the dual swing arm. Keep in mind that both the single swing arm and the dual swing arm are rated for 7.62 millimeter and below. This configuration again has the M60E6 with a Mark 82 gun mount. You can also use a Mark 97 gun mount for the M240 series machine guns, an M105 and an M105 Enhanced, which you'll see in later videos. Here I've unlocked both of the stow pins and adjusted the friction locks to demonstrate the ease of mobility and employment of the weapon system with a dual swing arm.